Hello everybody! Today, in this video, I'm going to tell you about the progress report, which, as you may know, it is a very important document for training solutions. This is the document that you have to complete at the end of every course, and it includes all relevant information for each student. Remember, each student in each of your groups. And in the case of GENER, this is a document that you have to complete per student, so it's one file per student. I have here a sample of a real report or of a recent course. And this is a real student, Marcia Montero from GENER. And obviously, as you remember, you have to include all the information about the course, the starting dates, the finishing dates, the number of hours programmed for this course, the starting levels, and the target level or the current level, the level that the student actually achieved. In the case of GENER, sometimes we also include the Berlitz scale as a reference, and it's also a possibility to include the Common European Framework scale. Remember that if you have any doubts about the scaling system or the leveling system in training solutions, it is very important for you to check the other video about levels. Now, in relation with the evaluations, remember that it is very important to be precise. The good thing about this document is that, for example, here this student was an excellent student and she got a 98%. But remember that this is something that you have to complete depending on the number of the evaluations that you completed. And let's imagine that she got an 80% in the midterm. You can see that this automatically figures out or adds up the finals. Right, for example, if she got a 90 in the final test and I have an evaluation of 95, she would have gotten an 89%, and this is something that is automatically adapted. Right, here is obviously you register the attendance. Another important thing that you have to be as accurate as possible, right, because students might complain if you're not accurate with the topic of attendance. And of course, remember that if they have more than 75%, they will pass. If they have less, they obviously fail, and we would put here something in red saying that the student failed. And another important part of the PR is the progress per abilities, right? Speaking, listening, all the productive and receptive skills. And we were thinking about these descriptors. Of course, these are the ones we propose. If you think there are other ways or other maybe another wording for the ways we describe the different stages, for example, less than 75 is an insufficient result. 75 is the minimum pass. Then we have fair, then we have good, then we have very good, and then finally we have excellent, only for those students who are very proactive and participative in class. And then you have the comments, your comments basically. And remember that it is very important to be consistent when completing the PR, because if you think the student, and especially if you see the result of the student being very, very positive, you should always, for example, in the case of Marcia, she got the real percentages 98, she got 94, and my evaluation was 100 because she was an excellent student. So obviously you have to mention that in your comments, right? When you talk about the strengths, you talk about her positive aspects. When you talk about improvement opportunities, you talk about her the ways in which she could improve her learning process, and obviously being consistent between the information you give about the percentages, the information you give about your evaluation about each ability. Remember that this is something you edit here, right, and you choose the word that is more connected to how you think the student developed his skills, right? And same thing here, right? You follow or you use these descriptors in these categories here in order to describe the student as best as possible. Well, I hope this video is useful for you, and remember that if you have any doubts or questions, you can email us or call us at any time. All right?